Alright, yeah, me there, yeah? Yeah, man. Me there, man. Me good, man. But tell me what now. You see, to me, I have enough work. I have enough work back up, you know. Remember, you know, what for work like the opposition, because the opposition now work. I tell you, say, I need some monkey glue. Saying, gorilla glue. Saying? So, you know, you have to do that. You contribute the time, but me have enough work pile up and make enough thing I do. Remember, me I keep my shows, and then me have enough studio work and enough thing me have to do. So, you know, every time I bag of work pile up and me have to say, Jano. Remember, me have to do that, you know, you multitask, you know. That's why, you know. Alright, so I watch prime time news since night, and them I look on the administration 1 year and the promises them, you know. I remember, you know, 1 year, really 1 year. Andrew work for, you know. I work from 2016 now. And them go back. So them I look on the 1 year since win back and make some more promises pan where they make already and where them achieve. Because if you achieve something, you achieve something from 2016 or 5 years now. Saying so I see the thing I go out. But I can show you some mistake where politicians always make and people buy into it. A country like Jamaica now where you know things are moving and them I promise you house and water. Prime Minister promise people be that, you know. Road and water and house. Houses now, you promise houses, but you still a dollar the value. Dollar the value. And you tell people, you know, you gonna get house no more than 8 million over the next 5 years. Any politician look for me and tell me that when me know say the dollar valuable. Vulnerable. It now have no value, not valuable, it vulnerable. Any politician look for me and tell me that say he's a damn jackass or a fool. How you want to take me for you? Because if the money are the value, that means material are go up or something. You gotta tell me say you are gonna make affordable houses for we. And we're gonna get it more than 8 million plus 8 million most the masses can even find 100,000, not even 30,000 them have now in a bank account. So it out of them rich and nobody not gonna lend you 8 million where you can't pay back. If somebody lend you 20 grand, you can't even pay back, maybe it costs back wall. So there is no way. It's just a blind pick for the poor and needy. You have to do something better than that. Now, I could just show the video and then we can dissect it and hear what them say. But before I do that, you know, a bag of people call me, you know, from one to all of them. I play just one of the notes. Hear this.
Well, Mr. Lonesome, I'm not here about 2 days. I'm not here. Yeah, so when I hear you, check up in 1 day, I say, a good hour, you know?
Enough people, not parlor up. See? Yeah, man. Peter up. Enough people, you know, when they see me, they have to check it because they know say the pagan them out there. But you know, say, well skilled, man. You know, pagan face me down. They have to stay in a bush, man, hide in a bush and do them little thing, man. Cause they can't make me see them and them face me with no foolishness, you know. Me not in that, you know. Yeah, cause, you know, so I ain't no criminal. I ain't back down from nobody, you know. Them a bad bull too. See? So you have to stay in a bush and you know, like stay in a bush and do some little evil thing and then tell lies say this and that and that. Because we see them take out people, you know. We see them take out people, man, but you know, we don't fear Eden, man. Warrior. See? And what we do what we do because the whole of them against poor people, they won't go talk and talk rubbish. Because you can't have man from National Water Commission right now as me speak, run come and attack in a pandemic. You have a government like a man where you put in a water commission, nobody never know about Canon. A walker cut off people water. And I talk about sell out them information to collection service. Where you can't have in a third world, you can't have no collection service. What about that? Eh? You have to put other things in place before you even talk about that. You understand? You have to have other things in place. And I want them to know that. We can't follow them little punk and fools, you know. Yeah? Alright, so I could go to this. And I could say, because this was come from prime time news. Yeah? So I not put it together. So the whole Jamaica now, them are, you know, I could talk what go on. You see me I say? So I could see what go on over 1 year. Who feel the betterment because you have some people it's a boom bam, but the people them are wake up now. Me not like people of Jamaica wake up now. One time, them that chat foolishness. When me start tape now, I when I youth say, when them are going good, the youth say zero out of nothing and them thing that so by the time start tape it run off. But me who that watch prime time news, I see it little earlier, you know. Watch this, listen this.
Because lately it's when people are dead. That's the time when the police come.
Now, those comments are from residents of Tel Aviv in central Kingston and Trenchtown in South St. Andrew. Both communities have experienced gruesome murders, even of children, in recent months. So, what's the feeling about crime for the rest of the country? We took that question to security consultant Robert Finzi-Smith.
Let me flip the script on you. Do you feel safe?
By his assessment, the crime situation has gotten worse, with reports of shootings and robberies happening at all hours of the day, even in busy commercial areas.
A couple of weeks ago, somebody thought it was a great idea to try and assassinate somebody in Manor Park. Walking distance, not a long walk either, from the largest police station in that region. There was that song, You're Probably Too Young to Know. So I came out in Jamaica and I said, what the hell the police can do?
Pointing to the JCF's year-to-date crime report, opposition spokesman on security, Peter Bunting, gave the government a poor grade.
And what it shows that up to September 4th, murders are up by 10% at 964 year-to-date. At this pace, we're going to end the year over 1,400 murders. Shootings are also up 2.5% at 845 for the year.
Over the past week, we tried getting in touch with National Security Minister Dr. Horace Chan. Several telephone calls and WhatsApp messages were not answered.
Kugu and the Gagas.
2020 election manifesto listed building the safe, secure and just Jamaican society for which we all yearn as one of the focuses going forward. Millions of dollars have been invested in border security, police station renovation, and new modernized police vehicles.
But, you know, see an ambulance and invest in the health system. That means government, unless a plan to kill out the citizens of Jamaica. Because there is no way you can get up and you modernize a police force. You know, modernize the health system and the education system. You understand? You can't get up and say, because by you modernize the education system, it help reduce up crime. And make create some jobs and it help reduce crime too. You understand? Work, but you know, come in like, you know, how much money you spend on these things. See? How much money you spend on these things. The money where you borrow. We never have to borrow the money from Chinese people. We borrow nearly 100 billion from China for build the road, right? Jamaican, right? And a 50 years concession them get, plus them get land. I'm not sure that. Maybe tomorrow I'm sure that. You understand? So if you have a Squidward with man, Mr. Crab, yeah, Mr. Crab, yeah. Oh yes, Mr. Crab. Love money bad too. See? So if you have 176 billion I spend for overall this police thing. If you spend even the 100 billion, we'd have the road. I make you know, people in the diaspora, make them come in it and think, no put it now in a Chinese land for 50 years. That when them just open it, them call it Beijing Highway. And then when them just open it, the money with them a charge you drive on it, unbelievable. Eh? You're buying a station, it have to move to man.
Some argue that the investment is not reflecting where it matters.
What do your crime figures tell you? You can't tell me that this is going down, but more things are happening. How the two gel?
This poor performance has to be put in the context of a government that has put much more financial resources into national security than had been available for many years. And notwithstanding having the resources, we're getting this poor performance.
I'm not tell a lie. If you're not going good, I'm not say you're going good. You're not going good. So I can't get a ratings. That's the truth.
Herman Green, TVJ News.
Yeah.
Now, the economy has taken a big hit due to the coronavirus, although there are signs that things are improving. In this next report by Dwayne Anderson, some business leaders weigh in on the administration's performance.
So don't want make them weigh in for the administration performance now. Let me see that one there, because I take that one there. Weigh in for the administration performance. Let me see that. Business people. Let me say for that one, yeah. Yeah, all right. We could play that one, and the business people, them are way in now, what going on.
In
before winning, the government was doing a good job as it relates to the economy.
But
Both part of the economy, but with the road, they are going to good job same way. But anyway, just go and hear where you are say because you are one of these business where it benefit from. Let me hear you.
then they have not delivered. It is a damning assessment of the current JP administration's return to office from President of the Montego Bay Chamber of Commerce, Janet Silvera. The business leader accepted that the state is facing challenges due to the pandemic, but reasoned that too many people are not sure of their next meal, and for that, the government must take some responsibility.
Not take some responsibility, have to take all responsibility. And them lock the place and them open it up and them do all kind of thing. Saying? So you can't say the government to take some responsibility. Everywhere else, government have to take responsibility for how you monitor this. You understand? Let me hear
And
them.
look at the stewardship of the economy.
The fact that our dollar is not worth much these days.
You hear what she say? The dollar not worth much these days. Them know what me I talk about, you know. Because that pushed on your country rapidly. Yeah?
We would want to see some type of stabilization in relation to this. When we go to the gas pump,
You know, you hear the dollar when me about them about, eh? It turn in a papa, man. When you dollar devalue in a little country like that, man, no care you work. You work hard and then it turn dust. Can you imagine you work, can buy a loaf of bread and buy them the dollar devalue, you can't buy an egg with the money where you have. Eh? Then when you buy a material or you go through.
the gas prices have gone up. Buying food in the supermarkets, it has been extremely difficult for our members and their staff.
Some of those struggling Jamaicans can be found here in the Maple Market in Clarendon on a daily basis. Laureen Green Mason is the president of the Vendors Association in the parish capital.
Persons are not able to produce at a cost that would impact us in a positive way. And these are the realities of the time. And I think they have handled things pretty well.
Now, if this green image from election night in September 2020 signifies the JLP's political strength, then this other green picture is evidence of the JLP's weakness in facilitating emerging industries over the last 12 months. For ganja industry farmer and businessman Ras Ayavi, the sight of fully grown cannabis plants being destroyed is proof that the government has not given the sector the support it needs to thrive
A lot of foolishness at this trial plant. Eh?
in the local economy.
The herb is one, but like I was saying about the agriculture, including ganja, because, you know, I mean, grassroots people have been involved in this industry for how much years? Ganja have been used to provide not only employment for rural areas especially, but as a source of income, have sent so many children to schools.
In the more traditional tourism sector, many businesses had to adapt to stay afloat during the pandemic, but the lure of sand, sun, and sea remained, and tourists continued to visit, albeit in smaller numbers. Negro Chamber of Commerce President Richard Wallace hailed the JLP administration for keeping the sector open.
You hear ELM, always some people are dead. Just, we could take a name then a consideration, because we have to look on him. If you keep the sector open, no America want them. But the traveling, make sure you're vaccinated, no go to Jamaica. 2 or 4 hours wait the right now, yeah?
He said resort towns like Negril were saved by those decisions.
Hear that?
Can help to pull Jamaica out of this economic slump that we're in. I believe tourism is the easiest thing for Jamaica. I mean, God did all the work already. He created paradise for us and put us here.
So why God create paradise soon? I never go some real place. I just see the people them come here. I don't know, hey, stop going like when I eat that. You never go and see some real waterfall and real thing when they carry them out down river and Boston and thing. Them have sun and thing in every other places. And not for them continent, when you see them little beach and them big beach and them thing you want them to know. You understand? Them just like go to a next country and say, a tourist, I'm go rest their son. But God create paradise for us. So people work as slave and flush people toilet. Eh? Some people will sleep with dog and some pedophile and them thing, they feel little or nothing. Eh? What if you produce and I export to man like any other country and big up a thing, man? No work, but people them work as slave already. Eh? I'm not talking about tourism like where I eat that. It can depend on tourism. That don't make no sense.
Do is to facilitate.
Yeah, there.
For the business leaders, a lot of what the government did and did not do in the last 12 months was because of the pandemic. But for them, it is now about putting the country on the road to economic recovery. Reporting for TVJ News, I'm Dwayne Anderson.
So they said put in the road to recover. So we still look on two more things on my tape off. Yeah? Alright, so I see the housing situation now. So they might talk about the housing situation now because you remember them said they might build much house, national housing trust, because the government said they want to deliver. But I think a 5 alone pan that. And hear the price to the house. Just listen this.
Continuing the news, we turn our attention now to housing, where, well, we're looking at the JLP administration's 1 year in office. We turn our attention now to housing, where there was a promise by the administration to build more affordable homes over a 4 to 5 year period. For more on what has been done so far, here's Kelisha Williams with that report.
So I'm gonna make the report run, people, but hear this, you affordable home in a 4 to 5 year period. You don't have the money, the masses of people them where them a call and squatter. No, you have to give them land and give them things for a live, right? 4 to 5 year period when the money at the value. And how much you turn a steel and how much you a 1,000 black and how much for sand and gravel and everything. Or you have to build affordable housing when the money at the value and people don't have the work. So you just when the government and tell us, hey, don't tell me them thing about you build much solution because that out of my reach complete. I can't even feed myself and feed me youth. I pay a beg, but for the pan line I beg all over the diaspora. Thank God for the diaspora. People live overseas. Care for never them, not under the government. You're not gonna starve to death like in a Nazi camp.
We will ensure
that
more Jamaicans have access to land, housing and shelter.
I see one Jamaican get around 1,000 a day call on to backside. And I know him can't show me the paper and mold it in a St. Thomas. You understand? And he was a speaker of the house. All know it can't show. But more Jamaican and whole land. Eh? More or less Jamaican gone with much piece of land. All Chinese come and whole land.
This is something I firmly believe in.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness during the swearing-in ceremony following the Jamaica Labour Party's 2020 election victory. But 1 year later, how many of these structures have been built?
Listen good.
According to the Ministry of Housing, close to 8,000 housing solutions have been constructed. The majority through...
have been constructed, majority through NHT. NHT, National Housing Trust always a bill house. But you much house really bill. Just listen. I hear the price.
National Housing Trust. The Minister of Housing, Colonel Charles Jr., says much of the work was significantly impacted by COVID-19. But People's National Party spokesman on housing...
Alright, so when you build house, you have different a batchman are going to build house, and whether precast or what have you, they never have to stop. Because if they're going to open tourism, I better the house them that go and build. So when I tell me no make no sense. Because people them want to build the house and them are flying with one just local Jamaican. See? You understand? So, but only just want to listen. Just want to listen this.
Phillips, while acknowledging COVID's impact, says more focus should be placed on affordable housing.
Government may say yes, they are meeting the demand for the housing, but I'm still not convinced that we're meeting the demand for those in the lower income bracket.
The Prime Minister said 30,000 of the 70,000 houses to be built over the next 5 years would...
So, him said 30,000 in the next 5 years. 5 years, that's when the election I run again. You know what for them promise? Next 5 years. Them I say 4 years. You have to talk in the election before the election. Next 4 years. So if you know say 5 years the election, he said next 4. Him said the next over the next 5 years. So if you drop over, you say boom. No, them say 8 million. No, but you much to the house. You much to it. Listen.
Houses to be built over the next 5 years will cost homeowners no more than $8 million. An additional one
over the next 5 years, and you see the money devalue rapidly. Oh, you're gonna pay $8 million for your house now. You tell me now if you think logical, if you think factual, you could have get a house when them build it for 8 million. When them are come when you see they steal and everything gone up. You tell me this over the next 5 years. 1 year, and even the ply
For 2,700 gone to 8,000 some place and 10,000 some place. One sheet apply. You used to get steel for 85,000 a ton, now 145,000 some place. Might have said it there. I mean, I talk about cement and everything. We're going up on sand and gravel. Yeah, man, good night. Janet. Saying, me I talk about everything. I hear what them tell over the next 5 years, I get it 8 million. We should have already. That means it out everybody, enough of the people them pocket already, 8 million. When some people 8 million, right now, heck them want to lay like foul to backside. Because them don't know how them are get a house like that. One of them, and them are no house like that. And look on them, man. I like so Nazi camp. Yeah, man. Yeah, you have family and man come make a one little room and put on a little thing. And not even veranda, look on the little space of the thing. And just put on the 2 little roof things so. And then sell it for a bag of money. Foolishness this. Look how it look. With a little piece of pipe at the front. Hang off a light. This is not a house. You want that?
$1 of the NHD funds was to go toward the new social housing program to include construction and repairs for those who are not able to purchase a home.
Yeah, this.
But some of that funding was affected because of COVID-19. 380 houses.
So you them say some of the fund affected because of COVID-19. You remember them borrow the money? Them borrow over 80 billion. Them borrow 650 million US. And them get it from last year. Me soon find the maybe me not telling you tonight. Me telling you tomorrow where them do with it. Yeah, cause when Nigel Clark say why I'm doing it, me write that paper yesterday or the day before. Me see it. Saying I think I put it one side. Me I show you where I'm doing it. You understand?
To be completed by the end of 2021.
Yeah, this.
But when our news team checked, only 5 were done since the start of the year.
So how much them say 300 and add for done in the 2021, right? It's about them. Remember, you just go back a little more. How much was for done? How much done already? I know September, October, November, December, right? How much them said I done? Listen.
Of 2021, but when our
go back up. How much them say for done in a 2021? Listen.
Construction and repairs for those who are not able to purchase a home, but some of that funding was affected because of COVID-19. 380 houses were to be completed by the end of 2021, but when our news team checked, only 5 were done since the start of the year.
So 380. Them say that done in a 2021, right? Can them start the first. Let me just go back again and listen to them. And only 5 done already. But you know if them put a car, remember, you know, them just put out the money for the 380 and say boom, boom, boom. I want to know where the money they gone either, you know. Yeah, hear this.
Able to purchase a home, but some of that funding was affected because of COVID-19. 380 houses were to be completed by the end of 2021, but when our news team checked, only 5 were done since the start of the year.
And look on the house them too.
You know, I'm sure that many members of parliament can attest to that.
But despite the pandemic, hundreds of people have become homeowners. However, the cost for these housing solutions is widening the gap for affordable housing, despite it being one of the NHD's mandate.
But house them.
Financial analyst Dennis Chung.
A 1-bedroom for $25 million or a 2-bedroom for $35 million built by the Housing Trust is just ridiculous. I mean, who is going to buy that? Young professionals.
You hear that? What do you hear that? This is how they promise the people them. Eh? They think them are going to go up. But when you have a 1 bedroom, people them can't even find the 8 million. But you say over the next 5 years, but we talk about 1 bedroom for 25 million and 2 bedroom for 35 million. You tell me now, where the people them are going to find that money? Eh? And housing just our people there and show money not supposed to even not do this. Can't never set up like that. It's set up fail people, you know. Hear this.
Chung.
A 1-bedroom for $25 million or a 2-bedroom for $35 million built by the Housing Trust is just ridiculous. I mean, who is going to buy that? Young professionals can't buy it.
It's a tough
if young professional can't buy it, what happened to the man, them money if not work. And them family, them are continue beg. And by the way, uno people will vote. No for uno. You know, the system leaving out. I mean, they are opening the eye. Sorry for uno. The system leaving out. It not count to no. It talk about young professional, nurses, doctor, police, and them people. Not even man for the garbage truck can buy it. Not even for 8. Not even for 8 million. And some of the young professionals, them are look and them can't reach it so easy neither. So you just hear much of them. And not if they 82 is so bad. But look on the house, you know. I'll stop on the house.
Analyst Dennis Chung.
A 1-bedroom for $25 million or a 2-bedroom for $35 million built by the housing trust is just ridiculous. I mean, who is going to buy that? Young professionals can't buy it.
Said if young professional can't buy it. How the hell some people who work 7,000 a week, how them can buy it? Eh? If you can't buy the 8 million, you can buy them. And look on all the house them now. And them house members are not one house them here now. Other house are like some giant and sitting. You understand? And some giant and sitting them. Let me see something. Can me just swim me see like bat short fit drop. See? Them are some giant and sitting, shocking. Them are more than shocking. See? Yeah, man. Them are more than shocking. Them are that's why we have to burn the system. We have to burn the system. So them take people for idiot, you know. You understand? Yeah, man. Them take the people them for idiot, man. People them who can't survive under this. This impossible. You understand? This impossible. Let me see. Again, this one. See? This is an impossible task to the people them. I not lie. You understand? And yes, there are people run up and down. Yes. Yeah, do good. Yeah, be better off. Better off when you can't eat food. When I forget real and realistic here. You understand? So no house not the phone. No plan not the phone. Here? Mm-hmm.
A tough cycle that Mikhail Phillips says breeds courting, another mandate of the government.
Yes, you know, they're compelled to find a space to live, but those are also the most vulnerable to the weather events. So if you talk about where you get the serious flooding, where you have the most potential for loss of life, it is in unplanned communities.
And with 1 year already gone from the Andrew Holness-led administration's time in office.
But look at them also about 25 million and then thing there. Me look at I like 2 houses and 1 or 3 or 4. So I just stand up, join up. Some little full thing. Just look at the little thing there, man. Eh? Eh? And like 1 building, you know. Hear this.
The government achieve its housing mandate. Kalisha Williams, TVJ News.
And one of the JLP's manifesto promises has been the pledge to enact key pieces of legislation to improve the governance framework, quality of life, among other benefits. So how has the administration done in the area of legislation? We're now joined live by TVJ's legal analyst, Dion Jackson Miller. Thank you, Dion, for joining us. And let's just get straight into it. How many laws were passed within the year?
The Parliament has passed 26 statutes, 26 laws general. When you compare it, for instance, to 2013, when then Justice Minister Mark Golding was celebrating the passage of 40 laws, but that, of course, was a year when we were being nudged by the IMF. And he himself had compared the periods of 2009 to 2012, when you had an average of about 21 laws being passed. So you can see we're about in the same kind of ballpark as
Jamaica Government
years, you might say. Some of those laws people would remember the dog liability for attack law that introduced criminal liability for dog owners whose dogs attack people. We have the Bank of Jamaica Amendment Act, better governance for the central bank. We have the Trademark Protection Amendment Act, better protection for people who own trademarks, although a lot of those laws don't necessarily resonate with members of the public because they're not.
Can't not resonate with the member of the public. Them lie about this and trademark and this and govern and all kind of little things. But one thing that people can get up and all right. You understand? So when they sit down in the Henry Morgan house and them do all kind of things that are some law against the people. But me I tell you say, poor people now have no chance. You know, work, you know, have nothing. Because if them do things for young professional and them can't buy them house, yeah. You understand? Them spend much money about tackle crime. Instead of you create job and fix the infrastructure that help cut down crime because the youth them that get something for do. You understand? Go born and grow in a ghetto and believe me, when you grow up, you know, You're traumatized, you know. You're traumatized. But you never have no constant for come talk to police shoot man front of your man are dead. When you look at your account, too much people where you know. You wonder you don't have nightmare to backside in your steep from a younger youth and them thing there. Eh? On a serious note. You see me I say? And see that one bag of people make a promise. Oh, we are going to house. Affordable house in the next 5 years when the money are devalue and the whole of them know so if the money devalue everything throw overboard. Me not ask. So yeah, them a come up one and come talk the same thing when me attack. Eh? And them have the masters down. Eh? Them can't trick my man. The lip service, them just wanted them to just rob. Them they are go to prison now.
They don't immediately feel how they affect them. The parliament has indeed been passing legislation.
But one that a lot of people can relate to is the Sexual Harassment Act. Let's talk about that one.
Well, that's passed the lower house, and to tell you the truth, that is an achievement in and of itself because we've been talking about the need for sexual harassment legislation for years. So it's passed the lower house. We can expect when Parliament comes back from its summer break and starts work again to see it pass in the Senate.
I know that we're focusing on 2020 to now, but there are a few low-hanging fruits. Now, the promises of the GLP administration in 2007, taking steps to amend the Constitution to replace the Queen. Then there's the issue of term limits, and of course, the referendum for the Buggery law. Do you see that ever happening?
Well, first of all, one of the issues is that we really at this stage don't need piecemeal amendment of the Constitution. It's been so long since we've had significant amendment to the Constitution. The 2011 Charter was really the only significant piece of legislation that made a major change. What we really need at this stage is root and branch reform. We need to establish a constitutional commission. We need to start talking to the people, having town halls, inviting submissions from the public so that we can overhaul the Constitution. Think of the Vaz Dabdu case that spoke to dual citizenship of parliamentarians. The Court of Appeal ruled on that in 2009. That's how much years ago?
12.
That's 12 years, and yet we still haven't addressed that. The undated, signed resignation letters of the Senate, the Arthur Williams case, the Court of Appeal ruled on that in 2015. There's been no change to what the Constitution says about how the
It's a big camp, man.
So there are many
concentration camp, man. One a Nazi camp, them, man.
That the Holiness Administration has pledged to address that need to be addressed by comprehensive reform.
All right, thank you so much, Dion, for that. Now, technology has also been a major...
Well, we're not going to watch that because, all right, you want to watch now. We like watch the interesting thing, you know. We could see that one or two. I wonder where they want to talk about you, so. You see? Because be a foolish system and then go on with it, no, man. The country has sink and them are telling you, yes, we are doing good and we are doing this. And you have some people now just love party and I realize, say, yo, talk up for poor people. Talk up for the people, them. This is foolishness. Here with the government, hear this. Just listen this, hear this.
U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention amid a surge in COVID-19 cases. The CDC's travel advisories list was updated today. Also joining the highest risk list are Sri Lanka and the isolated nation of Brunei on the island of Borneo. The CDC recommends that people avoid traveling to locations designated with the level 4 COVID-19 very high notice. The agency advises that anyone who must travel to Jamaica must first be fully vaccinated. The CDC's list of travel notices ranges from level 1, which is low, to level 4, regarded as very high.
With that level 4.
And COVID-19 hospitalizations have once again increased 700.
All right, so them increase that now. See? So we're going to level 4. And this I remember. This, them thing I may use when me attack Andrew, because me not just... We have all, you know, remember, you know, we have no opposition or oppose, you know. Yeah, you know, because you did a crush and I got you and it not work. So we are all accountable for some things. Hear this, watch out.
All well-thinking Jamaicans should raise their voice in concert against the high levels of crime and against the government in not doing enough in controlling crime.
So you hold you by your word. You see me I say? We have to hold them by them word. Him said we have to raise our voice in concert against him. Any government. Including him, so we have to hold it. Yet again, yeah?
Well-thinking Jamaicans should raise their voice in concert against the high levels of crime and against the government in not doing enough in controlling crime.
And you notice, I know Andrew no come out and Andrew promised the people them $18 million. Andrew no come out and come up and say, all right, me make some mistake, I'm telling you some things and promise some things where you know it's ridiculous. I lie me that telling you, forgive me, I told me they want to win. If you make the people them just say, yo, yeah, but if you come tell people that this back a lie, then buy vote. And some people from them buy vote and people don't care which side them up and you lead back to candidate, them for go to prison. You understand? Them for go to prison, the man them catch a place and done it. Them done it. All it do is get worse. You done the 150 yard for one. 150 yard. Everything raise up. Gas, this, that. And you still man I tell you said you're gonna get affordable housing in the next 5 years. No, everything, nothing past 8 million. You yourself couldn't even pay, you can't even pay for $50,000 something. Yeah, people know who are 10 grand and can't know if pay them, I'm gonna fight it out. And a joke me I make. You see me I say? When the nose and a joke me I make. You understand? 50 grand and for a fight it out. That not bad, man. See? Bad. There are people right now, they owe them 50 grand, who are 20 grand and them thing then are worries. Oh, you get the money, we don't know where you get the money. But them can't come and tell you and bag of things. And them a give outside 8 million and if you not work. And you can go, yeah man, it's so good, you say, but we are talking possible. Because I not work. Or when I pay 8 million, or who can lend me a loan by the way. I have a bank account. That mean it not go for me. So some of them women that sit down when I run go and I jump and bust and yes, and this and blah. You know, say listen, I bet on the law them where you pass a law that every kid have to go to school and every mother will live where SS get a settlement or build something like projects and put them in a. We're gonna put them in it. Who can find a little thing and the government are gonna do this and it because it better off. Take off the little youth them off of the street and them thing there. Because I say everything in the first world country now try to follow, you know. But we for punish people. I go after people certain way. But we for uplift them, we don't follow that. We don't trample them is a camp. You understand? It's a camp. It's like a Nazi camp for us. Step on them. You understand? And crush them. And then tell them lie. When they say when I give them road and water. Road and water. But yes still, the people them, yeah man I go around and lock off your water. And look how the road mash up, them now fix. The same road and water where you promised, where it's not supposed to be no politics. You have a man of water commission. By the way, water commission not supposed to make no profit. It's supposed to run that we supply with people, them can water free. I just take a pipe in and them thing, and every day you have to buy the same set of pipe. Them did the first, some of the pipe them we have them are more than 50 years, some of them forgot change now. See? Some of them change and all of them. See? Water free. So if you could have got the river source, some people and you get a pump and purify your water, you do your thing. You could have you never have to take them water. See? Because the water run going to the sea. Water free. The water is supposed to so there. And I like what I say, a switch plant this so we have to use a switch. You know, like some other country and you use back the water there, you send it back go, you know, send it back up there in the top there after you done purify it and everything. But we have water running in the sea. You see? You understand? And for not say, alright, boom, bam, bam, you have man that talk about me go sell this and attack. Oh, one bag of foolishness. And you know, the government come out and go against it. I want to show, I have a next video with Googs, you know, where I have to sign up because my phone, it out for dead, you know. Battery out for dead. And I want to put that on a different level. So Google Gaga. I can just show them, say, when you talk and not play a thing. And just Muppet, but a puppet and a Cartoon Network, everything in a one. You understand? A fun and joy and laughter, but I see you and nothing too serious. So I have to bring back Sir Google in the night, yeah. Yeah, man, I have a thing for Sir Google. You understand? And Andrew, you see them ask, remember, you know, prime time use this watch, right? So now like me, I text it power. We have no opposition can mark a gorilla group and film lip. Yeah, if they would have film more glue down or something, them not working. A gorilla glue and that hard for pulling.
So I don't know, if I do something, I don't know. You know, maybe fly overseas and make one of them search and they deal with it. Because I don't want, they might have cut the wrong place instead of open. Because him glow up. Him glow up. You understand? Him not doing nothing, him glow up. The last time me from Mark I say, what him say? They don't invite me to what, and my police out there spread. The police, Jamaica constable level force, they might look herd immunity from last year till now. You understand? You understand? From last year till now, they might look herd immunity. I'm about it. You understand? Nobody not tell them the truth. I tell them the truth because one not do a foolishness. If the government shall do, my work back way. So if you want to keep up the thing wider, instead of you lock off and talk about 7 o'clock curfew and them thing, they do that in the country. If you say you shut down the country, you have to shut down the border. Now you left the border and them are heal you up and you say about this are interest around this and I do all kind of little foolishness. We're done with that. See? What you should do, the time frame, you have police out there in the night, that means people can shop at 8 o'clock. 9 o'clock. Some place open and them thing there. So you know if you run and pack up and nothing. They, you know what? Up to the bank, I open a little later. If them are open till 6. So the bank get little more workers now and thing. That means you know if you go crowd up the bank, it'll work later. Instead you cut it off early and then by tomorrow now, you have this big rush. Everybody pile up for gas, for food, for everything. It's like you under sea bottom and you come up when you come up now. If you catch a little ear, everybody will draw down by everybody. I heard immunity when I look. When they take people for that. You understand? When they not no sense. Me also when I go back where? When you catch a country, when I go back. When you just do anything when I want to and say it over anything. And then come with full statistic when I say it cannot be factual. When they say it can't match reality. When you just come talk because I talk state. And Google Gaga was the Prime Minister advisor, you know. You see? You see me I say, me now get paid. That's why I say, me have to do my work and me have buy things to do and do whatever. But me notice we have no opposition. Because the opposition glued on with gorilla glue. All over, mouth and everything. Yeah, and I see nothing. Yes, glued on too. You understand? Our mouth glue up on the nose. That's why maybe him still a technical betting and them thing there. You understand? Mark, you have to do something better than this. People have to hear you now talk like you have had potato in your mouth. Eh? You know like you have had, like your youth and your teeth a dumpling out of a pot of pizza, a hot piece of meat or something chewing in your mouth and you see old lady come and you can't talk and just say, oh yeah, but it's about you can't spit it out because you know you're not trouble. And the country you still have to do that, you know. You can't spit it out and you can't talk. You have to try to move. I think about you. As some mark I go and like him can't talk. I like me don't know if I the cat have him tongue or something. But my gorilla glue him up. Mark, you need to come out and we need to, you come and talk up the things them. This is a joke. You understand? This is a joke. If you can't manage it up, because you remember you get paid, you know. And I beg the people I beg you, you know. But money I pay you to, you know. That's why you have opposition. If you stand up for the people them and show them. You have to come up and say, no, this not right. Their curfew not right. That not right. This way you do a mash of people, them the devaluation of the dollar. Better do it a take away from you. People, it's simple when me just work up something to you. You have 10 grand. One hour now. Me have, when the money was 80 to 1, me have 800,000. You have 10 grand. Me I want to have the same amount of money. Remember everything I come in, you know. Even the nigger, we not build nigger. We not make nigger. We sew clothes. We have to import it. This is how we work this now. See? Everything we import, even the little 5 people wrap the chicken, although we have backside, we not with the aluminum and then we even press out that and sell it to the Caribbean. Nothing. We want wipe some people who have a clean bathroom, with some people who want to sleep with dog and animal and rat and all kind of things and some pedophile and then we have to clean our people, them now have to go clean them bathroom and flush it like some slavery business. I don't believe in the slavery thing. I believe in the entrepreneurs. See? And then you have to answer phone. I mean, right? Some people can take a holiday upon them credit card. We don't have a credit card. Do you understand? See? We don't have no credit card. We don't even have a bank. We don't even have a bank card. We don't even have a bank account. So we don't know where next meal come from. What biggest meat now right now a chicken back. Now I have to wait some ackee tree and eat some ackee until we blue. You understand? Ackee now what maybe we might take the cyanide because maybe we go slice it and I force it up now and we get poison. See, it bad. It bad. See? And then each time government come and tell us, say, go up this, but you don't have the work. So when matter about it not go for you, if it not go for you, even the constable, them can't afford it. And enough for them. The car key clothes man, the big belly pampers, them they will. Just to find the money where them I get per month. So then we must scrape through and then the car key clothes man, them when them in at them because town centers and thing, them people they pay them do extortion. Because them should not collect. It's against, it's supposed against every laws. Because they tell you, them not even supposed to run the next job. It tell you, no. It tell you, because I read it. In the Constitution. So when we hear the police and do this, and you're not supposed to even do that. You have got to talk to the Governor General. Not even about the Commissioner. See? You have to know the what of these things. But them man have all kind of things. Grumbelly pampers. Me hear some police death to the train now. Condolences. When them say name Brown from Hanover, Inspector Brown. Yeah, yes, I police death today. Same drop on Panama. Condolences to him family still. Same, yeah. I Brown. Cause I have a picture with him, you know. See now? A picture with him, yeah. Yeah, man, I have a picture with him. See? Yeah, man. Yeah. So, you know, so we hear things. Sometimes we know. Oh, but as me just step on this too, as me just step on this, Courtney, you know, so Courtney, when that work, remember the same youth there? Courtney, right? You know, so let me tell you what them did put up. I can show you what them did put up. I'm not sure what them did put up with him. Because I know the hotel where him that work, you know. It come up and put up something, say most company. Remember them are saying him thief house and them thing there. After him this the Prime Minister, right? See? The hotel it put up this. Hotel, me have them thing I know. Nobody feel away now. I'm show you. I'm gonna show you. Because nobody feel say I have them. I have them. I just see that watch you know. See? So the hotel they put up say he must come back on the premises, you know. Yeah. The hotel put up say he must come back on the premises. See? Alright, so let me say I can put up this. Let me see something. Yeah man, so the hotel they put up say he must come back on the premises. Moon Palace. Yeah? Alright, let me show you the hotel. Let me see the alright, see that this is the guard room. And see the youth there. This is the same youth. You remember the upper money? See that? Look. I guard room this, you know. You see youth name? You must come back until for further notice. You see it? When I see it, see there? Hotel you don't know, so I have it. See there, your guard room. See there? See you have that thing on it there. See there? So I can't draw it up. See there? You see it? But I think me have it, man. See in your guard room and them thing there. Half moon, the hotel. See? So the hotel, they put it about trim talk, industry talk in mind. Well, in going back at work. So, I don't bother burn them because I know same day I work and them thing there. So the police them that go film and talk about him rob this and that, then they know same I work and them thing there. No? That's why them come with them lie. That's why second hand smoke come with the lie. And that's why we have to tell her, say, yo, be careful what you do. When you stop that thing here. You understand? So the hotel that pick up and it look bad on the hotel. So I watch the hotel for fling some judgment on the hotel, you know. But them love him for make him go back to him work. So we don't bother say nothing. But me show in the hotel so we have it. We have it with the man. You see me I say? Me is up on the ground, you know. So me have the not just talk. Me I show you the picture in our guard room. One day they put up say we not keep him off of the premises. After the police, remember the police them that have to let him go and you know. And then ganga sing them and all kind of things involved. That I see a man in a but don't get Manig, in a Manig. We that take Andrew will say my way say oh you want to lock him down and thing and then run go film fast. Eh? And by the way, you notice Monta had gone no one no Enzinga, you know not talk about the case. You know see them try to turn an idea one, they forgot to talk about it again. You know see I try them try go around with. Them a wait when the ear grow up back and I want shit talk. This is how them behave. Eh? Can you imagine if she and mother that tell lie and thing about some money thing, them a try go around now, you know. Finna because them know say the whole Jamaica erupt. So them don't want to do that. No. It will erupt if we don't carry out the truth. I want to come with it by a couple days time. This to show you say we can't believe in the force if you keep out this thing so long. Oh, we can believe in the force. If you just go to a police and she tell her like a perjury, she will get charged and lock up. You understand? Instead of transfer and but investigate. Investigate what? Somebody cut off your ear. That not need the investigation. You go down there, you see boy that not need this big old long investigation for more than a month. Eh? It's bad, man. This bad. It need to stop. This need to stop, man. This have to done. See? I want sign off, you know, because I don't want to sign on back, you know, because I have a special thing for you, Sir Googs. So I don't want to show the people them, because this, I show the people them say on go police station and them thing there, the government want to show you, me a fight crime, the youth them kill themselves. And the youth them a mash up Jamaica, them a kill themselves, and them people them a bury them. Them in a freedom space a kill themselves. We want them stop that. We want a truth and cancellation. You to them for knowing themselves. But we mash up the economy. The politician and the big guy here, the prime minister himself come and say, but the influence them and make him open and this now go up and again and one bag of foolishness. Them I mash up the country. You understand? Them borrow the money and tomorrow, I'm gonna do that program there tomorrow. But maybe just sign on back now. Maybe just give me 5 minutes. Maybe just recharge up something and sign on back because phone here go down. So maybe just sign on back 5 minutes. Because I go up and Sir Google Gaga. But after you see with Sir Google Gaga. What you say? What sign out with the tune to now? Alright. We're soon forward, yeah? Lonesome, up. Me there. Soon forward.